What's going on, everyone? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you one new update from Brunswick Bowling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Okay, it's announcement day, and you know how we roll around here. Bowler's Rant is always going to be first to bring you some of the latest information and tell you what the breakdown is on the newest announcements. We have one from Brunswick coming stateside. Enter the Defender. Ooh, look at this ball. This is an asymmetric solid. It's in their pro performance category, and it's going to bring you all the goodies when it comes to core and cover combination technology. I can't believe I said that without stuttering. And there's a description here I've got, and it's from Brunswick, and it's talking about this thing having some new technology. Okay, so I'm not going to read you this whole thing, but one of the big things about this is that they took the prism core shape and added a dense flip block to the bottom. Okay, and this configuration moves mass away from the center of the core body, creating a higher RG, more differential, and enhancing down lane motion. And they're pairing this with ACT 3.0 solid cover, and they're calling it the Portal X core. We're going to take a look at that in just a minute. Let's head on over to the interwebs. And what's going on here? I've got the spec sheet right in front of me. Okay, and we're going to go over to the website first, right? So let's come over here and let's get a close-up of this core. Okay, so this is what's important. You see this part at the bottom? That's different than the original prism core, right? The portal core. I've got a picture of the portal core. That's where they started with it, right? But they've modified it, and then they put this flip block at the bottom, right? So that's really, really important. So let's go through the spec sheet. This ball has the ACT. I believe that is Activator Composite Technology 3.0 solid reactive cover stock. And the color is navy purple sky. It's got the Portal X core. So this is the new version of that core with that flip block. It's in their pro performance category with in the all-purpose section with a rating of 87 on the Brunswick Performance Index chart. And the numbers at 15 pounds, 2.473 RG with a .054 differential and a .015 asymmetric differential. Has dynamic core, has the DOT layout system. So that means that there's got a ring in there instead of a pin. You can drill into it, drill around it. Don't have to worry about voiding your warranty. This is original dynamic core, not dynamic core 2. Okay, so that was only reserved for the new Quantum. So this one is looking really, really good. So what are we talking about here? So if we pull up the performance index chart, you can see that, Quantum Evo Solid, if I'm reading this correct, because it's got a rating of 91 versus the 87, it's technically the top dog in terms of traction. But in terms of all-purpose and being an asymmetric solid, the Defender is right there underneath it, and it's probably going to be more usable in terms of being the top solid in the lineup compared to the Knockout. Okay, so this is where it's at. You got the Defender here, rating of 87. So what kind of ball are we talking about here? Okay, so a ball like this, typically your asymmetric solid is going to be something that for the strokers is the first ball out of the bag on a fresh oil pattern, or is going to be something you're going to use when you have a heavier volume or a tournament shot. Okay, now I say that with one caveat. If you have asymmetric solids where you've got these 022, 024 differentials where they're really, really, really strong, you can't necessarily always use them on lead condition. But the numbers on this ball, go back to the spec sheet, with an 015 asymmetric differential, that's very usable asymmetric power, okay? And they're talking about this ball having more down lane motion. So I expect this thing to be probably semi-clean, but with a definitive grab in the middle and a very sharp arc into the back. And that is going to make a lot of people very, very happy. Sometimes when you're dealing with solids, you're dealing with balls that catch in the middle, give you that overall hook so you have the footprint in the lane, but you don't necessarily have the finish in the back. And I think that's, if I'm reading correctly, that is what they're trying to solve here, okay? So again, you've got this big flip block right here. That's the difference between the old core. Once again, here's the old core. You can see it did not have that, little more mass in the middle. And they've taken away from that and moved some of that to the bottom. So this thing's going to wind up, should be, if I expect correctly, unless you're dealing on a very cliff condition, should be a very nice continuation from 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And that'll make a lot of people very happy on a variety of conditions. All right, so let's circle back to the shelf appeal. So here we are. We have this new logo here. It's floating in front of this pour. And I think I've seen a few of these similar color combinations from Brunswick before. It's similar to the Hero. It's similar to the Kingpin. And I'm not disappointed to see it again. This pour is very easy to see, and it should be easy to read as it goes through all three phases of ball motion. And the logo does float in front of the ball. So Brunswick, good job. So universal release date information will be in the video description as usual. And of course, if you want to learn more about this ball and where you can pick it up, I've got a link in the description where you can grab this on bowlersmart.com. Whew, a lot of great information there. So what do you think of the Defender? Do you like the shelf appeal? What do you think about the colors? And since it's an asymmetric solid, would you pick one up? And if so, what layout would you put on it? Drop me a comment. Let me know. Let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming. And until then, bowl well.